people today don't know how to work something out, especially when there's a disagreement involved. I was listening to a video earlier, and they were talking about how, especially when you go on the internet today, you go on Twitter or Instagram or whatever the case may, whatever platform that you use, and you like call somebody out on something, or you disagree with somebody on something. Most of the time, their first reaction, their first resort is to say, pull up, we can scrap it out, pull up. Instead of being able to, either ignore them or, if there's a disagreement involved, be able to figure it out, or just agree to disagree, A lot of people don't know how to do that. And I feel like the reason why is because their pride is so high up. They feel like if they're being called out on some BS, they gotta act tough, they gotta act hard, they gotta perform for the crowd, instead of being able to be a man and come to the conclusion that, we're gonna have disagreements as human beings. We're gonna have disagreements all the time. Or, if he's calling me out for something that I'm doing, if it's something bad, then maybe I need to stop, or something, Because a lot of people out there, they be doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing, and when they get called out on it, they start wanting to fight, they start wanting to throw hands and this, that, and the third, and it's just like, that's just toxic, it doesn't do anything for you, it don't do anything for the community, because when they see that, when other people see that, they think that that's how they gotta be, because they're like, oh, if I don't want to get made fun of or whatever, if somebody disagrees with me, I gotta fight them now. Like, no, that ain't it, Chief. That is not it, Chief. We gotta learn to agree to disagree, or change the channel. If you can't agree with somebody, to disagree with somebody, then you gotta change the channel, man. Take your remote, press that forward button, and change the channel. A lot of people forgot how to do that. Because they feel like their pride has them feeling like they have to fight now. They have to show that they're the alpha, And maybe in certain circumstances, that this what's the word I'm looking for? In certain circumstances, I guess it's alright, But in every disagreement, every time you get called out for something, people just want to fight, So it's just like, we got to figure this out, As human beings, we all have to figure this out, because we are all one race. We are all human beings. None of us are up here and down here. As a human being, as one species, none of us is up here and down here. Maybe skill wise, but as a whole, all around, no, we're all human beings. We should all be on the same level. We should all be on the same level when it comes to human beings. The value of human life should be on the same level. Obviously there's people out there that are despicable, and those people, obviously, they need to be called out, they need to be locked up and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, a human life is a human life. We need to have value for that. People today don't have that kind of value for the human life anymore. And it's very sad, because then it affects kids, and it affects impressionable teens, because they see that they got to fight to be tough. When I remember, you used to be tough for walking away from a fight, Now you're the P word. We'll just say now you're the P word if you walk away, if you turn away from a fight, oh, you're weak, this, that, and the third. Like, bro, whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to turning the other cheek, That's what we used to do. Honestly, it's a lot easier, it's a lot better to avoid a situation than escalating the situation. If you can avoid it, cool. If you can't avoid it, then yeah, you're going to have to. But if you can avoid it, there's no point in escalating the situation, So, I feel like people today, they need to learn how to come to an agreement, to disagree when it comes to two separate viewpoints on something. And it could literally be about anything, but when two people have two separate viewpoints, they need to learn how to agree to disagree, because if they don't, then all this cycle of violence is just going to stay coming, it's just going to stay going. And we can't break that cycle of violence unless we as human beings decide to do something about it. So